A book can take you anywhere. Turn the pages and you'll be there. Come on, join us, you'll see. We're reading with Carylee.
Hi, friends, and thank you for joining me for another Read with Carylee. I am so excited to have you here, and I am so excited for all the authors that we have had for the past weeks. And today we have a very special guest. She is Miss Markette Sheppard, and she is not just a children's author, she is an Emmy Award-winning journalist. And I am so inspired by you and the books that you have written. And today we're going to explore the Rainy Day Rocket Ship. Now today it's a little cloudy and a little gloomy outside. It's not raining just yet, but it's the perfect day for this book. And Miss Markette, I'm just going to ask you to share with us where you are reading to us from today.
Absolutely. Well, I'm such a fan of you and your books. First of all, I just want to thank
you
profusely, Carylee, for having me on your show. I'm joining you from Tacoma Park, and it's a suburb of DC. And you know what? It's cloudy here as well, and it's just starting to sprinkle, and it's the perfect day for a stay-at-home adventure reading.
Absolutely. So we're neighbors, kind of. Yes. So I really want to get into this book because with it being so cloudy and gloomy, I really want to be able to stay in, and I know my boys are going to love this book. So take it away as we dive right into this book.
All right, My Rainy Day Rocket Ship by me, Markette Sheppard, and a wonderful illustrator whose name is Charlie Palmer. Mom says it's too rainy to play outside today, so I'll have to find my fun another way. I could get in some laughs with inside toys, cars and games that bring much joy. But I've been there and done that stuff. Today, I'll make something really tough. Like a whole new world in a different place, a galaxy off in outer space. I'll need a rocket to get me there. How about this rocking chair? And I'll need a super launching pad. This will require some tools from Dad. A cardboard box full of socks. These will surely serve me well. On this mission, I cannot fail. Now, let me see about a spacesuit. These swimming trunks and goggles should do. Of course, astronauts need a flag. Perhaps I can use Mom's old dish rag. Now, if I can just get Mom to turn off the light, this astronaut's crew is ready for flight. Dad does a countdown from behind the couch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mom makes sure I don't feel an ouch. Zoom, 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 all the way from the living room, down the hall, riding on a broom. Prepare for landing on planet XYZ. It's a safe arrival in my BED, also known as the land of Z's. The end.
Hi, Carylee. This is Jennifer Roberts, Congratulations on completing season 1 of the Read with Carylee show. That is a huge accomplishment. And thank you for inviting me to be your guest earlier this year when I read my book, Meet Kalia. I hope that season 2 is just as fun, engaging, and exciting. And I pray God's blessings upon you as you continue to empower our children through reading. God bless and congratulations.
Oh, that was fun. And okay, so I got my box full of socks.
You found a bunch of
I got some tools. I got some tools and a flag. Oh yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready for the rainy day rocket ship adventure. And if it does start raining here, I know I'm going to have to build a fort or something with my kids. So we will go through this and we will get these box of socks and tools and we're going to have a field day. That is such an awesome book and an awesome adventure. What was your inspiration behind writing this book?
I love it. I love that, kids are so imaginative. I have a 6-year-old son. I actually wrote this book a couple years ago. He was like 3. And, in the winter and fall and spring, it rains so much, it snows in the winter. Our fun is always going to the playground. There's a ton of playgrounds in our area. There's always children there. But on the days where you can't get out because the weather is bad, I was preaching to my son, you've got to make your own fun. You've got to make your own fun. And we would buy him toys, and sometimes the thing that he would play with for hours on end is the plastic bubble wrap and the cardboard box and things like socks. And he would want to use what his dad is using in the tool shed and not like the proper toys that we bought for him. Yeah, and so I was fast asleep one night and I woke up in the middle of the night and the idea for my rainy day rocket ship came about. And I just remember jumping out of bed, grabbing my notepad and a pen, and I literally wrote the manuscript for what is my rainy day rocket ship. And the funny thing is, the actual manuscript is so close to the finished product, the book. Only 1 or 2 words were tweaked, which never happens in children's publishing. So I really feel like there was some divine inspiration happening there. And when I did the reading, I was reading from memory a little bit. So I said a cardboard box full of socks. That's from the manuscript. But the actual printed version, it says a cardboard box and a bunch of socks.
Okay.
But the funny thing is, so I wrote this a few years ago out of just sheer inspired, creation. And then it came out May of 2020, which was like the height of the pandemic.
Wow.
And kids being stuck at home. And I just thought it was the perfect stay-at-home message that you may be at home and unable to go out, but there is still ways that you can explore this world using everyday objects at home. And it's also low-tech fun.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And I think we have that connection because my first book, I was woken up in the middle of the night and instead of a pen and paper, I grabbed my phone and wrote my manuscript there as well. So, you can get the inspiration from just anything, and especially, kind of getting inspiration from your son and the other children on the playground, and having this book come out at that time, that is amazing. So, what kinds of books inspired you when you were growing up?
Yeah, so I was a huge fan of picture books from the youngest age at which I can remember, up until probably even I should have been moved on to novels, but I feel something about a short, quick, inspirational story has always inspired me. I love the simplicity of Snowy Day.
Oh, okay.
I just think it's just a beautiful story and something that everyone can relate to. So that's one. And then, of course, an author who really inspired me as far as picture books Goodnight Moon. Her name is escaping me for the moment, but she also wrote a book about a rabbit and a mama rabbit. The Runaway, I think it was called The Runaway Bunny, but it's the same author as Goodnight Moon. And I just thought it was such a beautiful, simple story. Like, kids just need, you know, simplicity and a little bit of fun and something that will spark wonder, and they're good to go.
Absolutely. And yes, like Snowy Day, my son actually, they read that in his class this week. So, you know, there are so many books that we have grown up with that are still around today, and we love those classics. And we hope that Rainy Day Rocket Ship will be one of those classics that will be able to inspire kids to, you know, stay inside and have some fun. We know that it's sometimes rainy, and you can have some fun in the rain, but you can have so much fun inside with the things that you have. And you know, hey, I've got this box full of socks and I've got the flag.
Yes.
And I think we're going to have a rocket ship and landing on the moon adventure here in the Carrington household today, because, you know, this is just so much fun, and it's so great that you are able to spark so much wonder and imagination. Now, I did say that you are an Emmy Award-winning journalist. So how did you go from journalist to wanting to become a children's author?
Absolutely. Yeah. So I have been hosting shows up and down the East Coast for 10 years now. And between me hosting a small morning show in Richmond and in making the jump to the CBS affiliate in DC, where I ended up winning my Emmy, I had a baby. And I was at home with him for almost a year before I went back to work. And I was kind of restless, even though, you know, having a baby is like a 24-hour job.
Yes,
When at first,
absolutely.
I still wanted to write, I still wanted to storytell. And I thought, while the journalism part of my life was on hold, I didn't have to stop being a storyteller. And so as I was reading picture books and board books to my newborn baby boy, and he was so yummy, and I found myself editing the picture books in my head, and I'm like, oh no, I can't turn off the journalism button. And I said, oh, I don't like that ending. I'm gonna just change it, and I would say something else, you know? And I said, well, I think I can write children's books. I read enough of them, you know, at home with my son for 10 months. So I started writing little stories that I would hope would be a guide to my son, of inspiration of how to be and what to do. So What is Light was my first book. It debuted as a board book as #1, when I was so happy and so pleased. And I just really thought it spoke to the demand in the marketplace for children of all backgrounds, to see children in books that reflect the world we live in. The world is multicultural. When you go to the school and the playground and the grocery store, you see all kinds of different people. And in What is Light, I'm basically telling children, shine your inner light. You have a light inside of you, and you're born with that, and let it shine. And it debuted at #1, which means the pre-sales were coming in before it was even released. And so I was happy to see that people of all backgrounds were relating to that story. And so then I followed it up with my Rainy Day Rocket Ship to also tell kids, you know, started with my son, and then I thought, this is a book because more kids need to hear this. Make your own fun. Maybe it's not a rainy day you're having. Maybe it's you don't have any friends around that day. Make your own fun. Maybe, you know, like, who would have ever guessed we would have been in a pandemic under a stay-at-home order? Okay? Life still goes on, and we need to make our own fun safely. And so the message is really, every day, life is what you make it. You know, you have a bandana as a flag. We used a dish rag. You know, my son actually told me the highlight of his summer was making a fort with his cousins in the kitchen out of some kitchen dining room chairs and a broomstick to hold the fort up. And they just got in the fort and played with their toys. And it required no assembly required from mom and dad.
Yeah.
And that's really the heart of what I'm saying. Shine your light, make your own fun. Life is what you create every day.
Yes. And, you know, we thank you for taking that step to be a children's author. And I just want to encourage everyone, get your socks, get your box, and just create your own fun. We thank you, Markette Sheppard, for being with us today. And as always, we thank our audience for joining us. Go create your fun today. And remember to grab a book and read.
Thanks for watching another amazing episode of the Read with Carylee show. We have amazing authors coming by every week. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe below. You don't want to miss a thing.